Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzz and Pattaya. The show we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information, and advice. Today, I'm delighted. Joining me is Gaz. How you doing, man?
I'm brilliant, thank you, Chef.
It's good to have you.
Having me.
No, you're very welcome, mate.
Appreciate it.
No, you're very welcome. So, you may have seen a video that we did together recently. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
It was quite good. I enjoyed that. It was sharing all of our stuff. But out here, what do you do out here? What are you? You're a mindset coach, aren't you?
Mindset coach. That's like my bread and butter.
Yeah.
I'm very big into the physical aspect.
Yeah.
But it starts up here.
Yeah.
So I get a lot more from it working with people, getting this right.
Right. Okay.
Because if we can get this right, this will just come. That's a bonus.
So that's clearly wrong.
This is the engine.
So for me, it's wrong then because clearly it ain't working.
This is the engine room. You know. So
right. Well, before we get digging into it nice and deep, let's go back a bit. Where are you from originally, Gaz?
I'm from England.
Yeah.
By Birmingham, Dudley, Starbridge Village.
So you're a West Brom fan?
Used to be Villa.
Villa.
When I was about 13 until I got introduced to females.
Okay.
And all of the football
went out the window.
like that. Yes, went totally out the window.
So what were you doing back?
And other stuff.
Yeah. Tell me, what were you doing back in the UK?
I was running a food business.
Okay.
Caribbean food business called Caribbean Kitchen.
Really?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I love cooking. I've got a strong passion for it.
Oh, jerk chicken.
Jerk chicken, curry goat,
Plantain.
plantain, dumplings, oxtail.
Oh, stop it. You make
all of that. Great stuff.
So hang on. How can you can do all that and you look like that? And I do all of that and I look like this?
Self-control, portion control.
Oh, no, we don't do portion control.
I do a lot of fasting as well.
Yeah, no. So you're doing your food company.
Yeah.
How was that going?
It was going great. I leased out a massive 500 people's venue. Wow. So I can do like weddings, tribute bands alongside the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because taking another step back, I started off at my family's pub.
Okay.
That done a renovation and it wasn't as busy as I was hoping.
Yeah.
So I thought, I love cooking. So let me try something out. I'll do an all-you-can-eat Caribbean buffet. I've never seen one before.
No, I wish I'd have known. I'd have gone.
It absolutely took off. I did like 3 events and then I'd done it consistently. I left my bin man job, which I despised. Every single day, waking up, going, I was thinking, when am I going to make something of myself? When am I going to take the dive into doing something I really enjoy?
Yeah.
And I did. I took the dive, loved it, learned so much about myself because the person that I was when I started it, I knew I needed to develop myself to build $1 million business because I've got the vision, I've got the grandiosity, I've got the ambition, but I didn't have it up here and the knowledge wasn't there.
I think when you work for yourself, that naturally means you have to adjust. You have to make changes because if you don't and you can't address those changes, ultimately you're probably going to fail.
Totally. And that was the spark that put me on my self-development path.
Right. Okay.
I started reading every single day. I locked in a morning routine, meditation.
Yeah.
Going back another step, I was in love, / heartbroken.
Yeah.
Coming out of a relationship.
Okay.
So I needed this. This was the catalyst of healing my heart.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yes. So instead of being obsessed with getting this female back, now I was obsessed with growing this business.
So now you're here. How's your heart?
Go back another step. The business fell down.
All right.
So I bit off way more than I could chew. Like I said, it was a 500 people capacity venue. And I've gone from like literally a box kitchen and no bills, really just food bills.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I'm going to take this dive because I don't want to be in this same position this time next year.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm going to take the dive. £3,500 a month lease venue, yes. The first electric bill was £3,700 because it was through winter and the building didn't have no heating. I don't want to give it you all, but yeah, it was crumbling basically. That's why I got such a good deal. That was a good deal.
Yeah.
3,500 on a 10,000 square meter.
That's massive.
10,000 square feet, yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah, massive. And cut forward, I lost the alcohol license.
Right.
Yes, because I was putting on raves and all sorts of stuff to try and please everyone.
Yeah.
Apart from the neighbours. because the neighbours was literally from here
I can imagine.
to Maggie Mays.
Oh dear, I can
Literally,
imagine.
Yeah, and like I was forcing it into the DJs to try and like be sensible with the noise because they're on my case.
Yeah.
Took no notice of me. The police was coming in. They said, "Gaz, you need to get acoustic curtains."
Right.
I said, "Yeah, I'll sort them out. But money was really, really low. Yeah. Instead of investing in the acoustic curtains, I paid my staff.
Right, I'm with you.
So anyway, it crumbled, and I was heartbroken for literally 6 months in England.
Wow.
And I like paralyzed. Just didn't know what to do. You know, like when someone dies or you lose a business.
Yeah.
Something's lost in you, and you're struggling to overcome it. You're overwhelmed with like doubt, limiting beliefs. You're just paralyzed basically. And I needed to start again.
And is that what prompted you to come out here?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You've never been here before?
I have 4 years ago.
Right.
4 or 5 years ago, before I came here.
Yeah.
Again, I was like going through the healing phase of that girl that I was speaking about, that I do mention a lot about, because that was the catalyst of like a lot of my development. So I haven't done no like uni courses or anything in the psychology game. I've just got life experiences, strong, harder life experiences, and that's what builds me and motivates me to develop myself every single day.
So when you came out here, I mean, what was your first impression when you? Did you come here, or did you in Bangkok, or where did you?
I came with just literally a female friend about 8 years ago, and the first week was in Bangkok, then Chiang Mai, and I was just drinking a lot in Bangkok. So I was like, just this not really like what I expected and what I hoped. So we've done ziplining in Chiang Mai, and it started to get better. Okay. And then we went down to Koh Tao and Koh Tao, Koh Phangan.
Yeah.
And that's when it took my heart away.
Yeah.
Blew me away. And I was like, yeah, this is what I'm here for.
So did you go back home after that holiday?
Yeah.
And then you returned to, when did you return here to live?
2.5 years ago.
Wow.
When the businesses, like I said, the 6 months after the businesses was getting swept under the rug.
So 2.5 years ago, you came back, which is pretty much COVID.
At the end of COVID. Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
A little bit after.
Were you worried
about
coming out here to live? Because holiday is one thing. You know, people come out here, and I often get people saying, Trev, you live in paradise. Well, yeah, I do live in paradise. However, when paradise is every day, it doesn't become paradise, it becomes normal.
Yeah, well, I was struggling to get by initially. I did have a job, and it was just commission working with the Pattaya News.
Yeah.
With helping their marketing team out.
Yeah.
So I was ticking over. But I did have to phone my mum a few times to like sell some of the assets of like what I had behind, and like shout out to my mum, because she's always there.
Mums are brilliant, no matter what.
Like I've built my channel, and like recently, like I've took focus off closing sales in the coaching field, so I can just pour all my effort and my money into the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've had to phone her a few times to say, please, could you help me out? And she has, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, mums are great.
I don't know what I would do.
Gaz, respect to your mum. Respect to all the mums there. Mums are lovely. No matter what we put them through, they're always there for you.
Oh my God, I've put her through some fucking paces. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's the true meaning of unconditional love.
Yeah. I share the same. My poor mother, bless her. I mean, but she's still going strong, and I love her to bits. So when you came out here, obviously the first time you came out here, you're out here to live. When did it really? How long did it take you before it sunk in that? Do you know what? I'm actually living here now. This is not a holiday. I'm actually living here.
Yeah. So I was talking to a guy in the gym just about when I was about to come here. Next Generation Gyms, and I was telling him, and he was saying, "Yeah, Thailand's great. You'll love it. How long are you going for?" And I was like, I'd love to do a year.
A year, right.
I'd love to do a year. I didn't even come with $1,000.
Wow.
You didn't come with $1,000.
So you moved out here full time with less than £1,000 in
less
pocket.
Than like I said, I had a few assets, and like in the space of like 6 months, I sold like my like the food trailer. So I had some, and like I said, I had my mum.
Yeah. That's brave. That is.
Yes.
I couldn't do that.
No,
I'd need to have some financial security before I made them in. But it's worked.
Yeah, exactly.
For you here.
Exactly. Yes.
What's been the biggest challenge to date so far living here? What have you found the hardest thing to adjust to?
Going back a little bit, the first 6 months of me being here was like a climate. What's the word I'm looking for?
Acclimatization.
Acclimatization. along with the business wasn't totally, is it liquidated?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So my mum was still paying the rent off for me.
Right.
Yeah. So like,
Your mum sounds amazing.
exactly, she fucking is too amazing. Actually, do you know what I mean? She's been there and looks after me too much.
So when you were here, the temperature was the first thing that really sort of.
Not the temperature.
Okay.
The temperature of me being on my own.
All right.
Like
Okay.
my network.
Yeah.
Friends, family. It's not because I ran away. I ran away from all those problems.
Yeah.
You with me? And the problems were still there.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like 6 months after me being here when my mum says, right, yeah, we've sorted it all out. I've paid 10 or 20 grand off to cut the lease of the business.
Yeah. Breath of fresh air.
That's when I got my entrepreneur cap back on.
I got you.
It wasn't until then, until I felt healed. Is that moment that, and then I started putting myself out more.
Yeah.
So, like, I need to build a network because I feel like I'm missing like the social aspect of me being in England and my friends and such. Like, what do I need to do?
As well as when you come out here, I find, I mean, I could count on this hand the number of people I would classify as my real friends. Whereas you get a lot of people that are friends for 2 weeks, they're on holiday and then they go home. So although it's nice to spend time with them, you lose that connection because they're saying, right, I'm off, I'll catch you in 6 months or a year's time. You're like, really? Yeah. It's great having them here. But then when they disappear, like, God, so, the network of friends that you mentioned, I've got a lot of people I know a huge amount.
That's the thing.
But I don't classify everyone as my friend.
Yeah. And that's still a big thing. There's a big difference between like close friends, acquaintances, and distractions.
Yeah.
You might think they're friends, but really they're distracting you from becoming the person you want to be.
So when you're here, obviously you talk about the coaching that you do. So obviously, I've seen your videos. Fair play to you. Hat off to you, my man. You're in incredibly good shape. I was getting tired just watching your video, and I'm sat there with a beer, with a vodka in my hand, thinking, "Yeah, you do it, guys. You crack on, mate. I'll think about you later." But
you let me know when you want to come to me.
I'm way past that now. Years have been in the army, boxing, except blah blah blah. I'm way done with any of that. Now it's time for me. It's just I'm gonna just chill out and do what I want. But in terms of like the coaching and the mindset stuff, I mean, just tell me a bit about that.
Okay, so as I've mentioned throughout my stories, I've done a lot of self-development, and I was still in the marketing field a year ago.
Okay.
Until I decided to go, right, what do I really truly love doing? I love developing myself.
Yeah.
So if I love developing myself, I love developing everyone else as well.
I'm with you.
You with me? So I started that at Battle Conquer and was helping them with their all-inclusive packages.
Yeah.
And a guy messaged the website and said, I'm coming out of a breakup, a divorce.
Yeah.
I want this girl back, but I really need to heal. I'm not the person that she needs, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I need to develop myself. And I wasn't 100% sure I had the tools to help him. But regardless, I have to take this opportunity. I took the opportunity. I gave him a ridiculously cheap offer sort of thing, just to get him locked in.
Yeah.
I was totally straight with him. I was like, you're my first client I'm doing this with. So it's a trial. And I'll let you know that's the money then. And he booked for 1 month, but then he stayed for another month. So in that time, I'm like,
and what was the outcome?
I can see that you've got a lot more value than that you just paid. I'm doubling the price.
And what was the outcome?
So the outcome, in a nutshell, the catalyst for me healing my art was if I get her back, great. If I don't get her back, great. Total acceptance of whatever scenario transpires. You with me?
Yeah.
And that's what I put to him. And he wasn't ready for that. Yeah, no way. And it was only until we made big progress, but it was only until he got back home, he was still working with me. So guys, I understand where you're coming from now. I can take or leave her.
So that's the mindset coach, but also you coach for people who want to improve their body and that, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, what kind of programs do you have? Because I mean, like I say, you are in amazing shape, fair play. I mean, in terms of the programs, because a lot of guys watching this, myself, I know I'm way past my sell-by date in terms of my times in life in the gym. I've spent all my life in there, not anymore. What's the process? Because a lot of people are scared to make that first step to go into the gym. They think, oh, it's going to hurt. I've got to sacrifice this. I can't do that. I can't do this. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I mean, how does that work? I mean, what kind of programs do you offer?
And that's the mindset shift again. That's the limiting beliefs, the self-doubt. I can't do this and I can't do that. But if you project into the future and you start making those small steps and start taking care of yourself better and listening to that voice in your head, when you do something that doesn't raise your self-esteem. So if you're out every single night and you're not looking after yourself, you need to dive deeper and ask yourself, what are the things that I need to start adding into my life and subtracting?
You just described me.
To start feeling better about myself.
I must admit, I mean, obviously being in this industry here, I have to, sit down with guys every day, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And then we go out and drink, etc. Before I had this, I would only go out on a Friday or a Saturday. Yeah. And I was gym freaking it then, and I was, I wasn't drinking like I drink now. But like I say, people that are living out here, temptation is literally, I mean, we're sat here now, and there's a temptation all in front of us. Yeah. It's very hard, isn't it?
Beautiful, brilliant. That's the thing. Great, hard. We want to switch that view of looking at things that are hard as bad things.
Okay.
We want to be attracted to that challenge.
Oh, I'm attracted to vodka. It's nice. We have a great relationship.
Yeah. But how does it leave you?
Well, I don't actually get hangovers, so I'm quite lucky. Yeah. But I do get lethargic. But then because of my channel, because of what I do here, I don't have the opportunity to be lethargic. I'm like, no, let's carry on. Because I have a great rule. If I drink or do something that affects my work, then I'll stop it. So if I can't function and do my things that I need to do, then I'll stop whatever it is that's making me stop functioning. So, but drinking in here and doing all the stuff I do, I'm still functioning every day. So I'm quite pleased about that. But when I go home, when I go up to see my wife and family, I don't drink at all. I literally just, and this is the thing is, people often think that because you're here and you're drinking, so you're dependent on alcohol. I could drop alcohol tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's only because it's here that I choose to drink it. But when I go home, I don't touch a drop, don't drink anything whatsoever. It's just water. That's all I drink, literally just water.
Okay.
And I feel good for it. I feel really good for it. So if you are thinking about changing your way you look, or you want to get yourself in a fitter way and you're out here, get in touch with you guys. I'll put all these details down below.
Thank you.
And, his actions speak louder than his words. You can see he's in good shape. So come and watch your Instagram where you're doing that and you're doing that cycling thing. I'm like, dude, that's just not right. That's just wrong.
Thank you. So can I just share a few mindset exercises shortly that may spark something in your viewers and you?
Okay.
So we can write down 10 to 15 steps of where you want to be in the next 5-10 years.
Okay.
Okay. So we have this grandiose goal. I want, just throw this out there. Can you answer the question?
I'm going to be retired up in Korat.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then there's simple steps that will help you get there.
Yeah. So.
You with me?
Yeah.
Oh. Obviously you want to be alive, don't you?
Well, that'll help.
That's vital.
Not sure my wife doesn't agree, but she'd have the house living.
Vital. So you would ask yourself how long, regarding your habits, how long would you like to live here?
I think if I lived here in Pattaya and carry on doing what I'm doing, I'll probably be dead by the time I'm 65.
Okay. How old are you now?
58.
Okay.
So I think I'll be dead by the time I'm 65, or my body will just shut down at some degree or other. But the point is that when I'm 60, I'm not going to be doing this every day. I'm going to be home, etc. So it kind of like balances itself. I'm quite happy with that balance.
But
there are guys, that, like you say, you're going to make these step by step. It's
got to be, we need to know where we're going to.
Yeah.
It's like, I've said this a few times, it's one of my favourite metaphors. It's like jumping on the motorway.
Yeah.
And not having no map, no destination. Yeah. Just going.
Well, it's very similar to the army. When I joined the army, they literally mentally and physically broke us down, and then they rebuilt us into the person and direction that they wanted us to be. And they did it step by step by step. And every week ahead was always another addition to what we were already learning. We was always progressing, always learning stuff, always getting fitter and stronger mentally as well as physically. And it's a really, really good program. 42 weeks basic training. And when I came out, I never forget it. And I think I said it to you on your podcast. My mum just gave me a hug in tears. I'm so proud of you. And that meant the world to me, because she shouldn't have been proud of me before I went in the army, because I was a complete nightmare. But after the army, for her to do that to me was just amazing. But we did that on your podcast. Let's talk about your podcast. So
go for it.
Tell the audience what it is you do.
It's revolving around mindset and self-development. However, as on in Pattaya, and there's such a strong YouTube following of YouTubers, and Pattaya is predominantly revolving around bars and yoga girls. I've certainly recently I've put a little spin on it, and I've gone for like the YouTubers, getting YouTubers down. But I'll always aim to inject some sort of mindset and self-development.
So what's the channel name?
Next Level Podcast.
Next Level Podcast.
Next Level Podcast.
I will put a link down in the description, guys. Have a look at that, because you've done quite a few interviews now, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm on my 29.
Brilliant.
29. And you may, if you've watched the current one, the audio is not on point.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Yeah.
Shame. It was a good video, and I love doing it with you. It was just a shame the audio was perfect on yours, but mine just seemed to cut out. But you're going to reload.
It's been resolved. I've sent it over to the studio, and they've corrected it. So I'm going to release it once again this Sunday for you guys.
There we go.
So
right.
please check it out, and go over to the channel. And if I can give you a little description about like what the North Star and what I give to the channel, what I aim to bring, is the wholehearted truth. Whether people like it or not, whether it's going to make me look good or not, I put my whole heart out there. I've shared some of the worst things I've ever done that I'm absolutely I'm disgusted with myself about. You with me?
Yeah, I can.
But it lets me.
Sometimes,
it's refreshing
for me to share sometimes.
Boom. And I share it to help others.
Brilliant.
I'm not sharing it as like I'm proud of doing it. I'm sharing it to help other people not make the same mistakes.
Yeah, and I think it's important when you share. I mean, I've shared about depression. I've shared about erectile dysfunction. I've shared about Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, I've done all these kinds of things, Ladyboys as well. You know, all these kind of things. Because people tend to have a phobia. Oh God! Or what about this? And what about that? And like
exactly,
just
judgment. Judgment. We got a comment from one of the previous clips that I put up. 3 ladyboys, 2 girls, and one in one night. And the one guy goes, "As if you've got children in so and so. What would they think?" Well, you're your own person, you know. Exactly. So what are you going to do? Take all of these. Take your.
Well, this city has a habit of putting things in front of you that you wouldn't expect. And on that note, I want to just put a question to you guys. So we've got a guy watching the channel now.
Yeah.
He's going to come out here on holidays, never, ever been out here before. And I say, right, come here, put your bags over there, come and sit next to Gaz. What would be your one piece of advice you'd give him? Just one piece of advice.
One. Do it.
Okay. That's fair enough. No, but that's fair enough.
It's as simple as that.
Just do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, because that's the biggest thing. So I speak to so many of my friends or people that are on about coming here. So I work with you to let go of that fear of, because what the programming, Thailand, Asia, for some reason they think it's like a war zone.
Yeah.
And they'll get kidnapped or something. Literally. And they're just that scared to leave. They've got 5 figures in the bank, you know, and they're just scared. They're living in a world that they don't appreciate, want to be somewhere else, but they're that stuck and programmed. They can't just they can't break out. 100%. They cannot break out.
100%.
So it's just that simple. Do it.
When I went back to the UK, well, 7-8 years ago now, my friends I had friends in the UK were still doing the same thing, sitting in the same bars, living the same miserable life. And I'm like, and they're like, they call me Sparkle because I'm the winning thing. Sparkle, how you doing, mate? I said, yeah, I'm good, buddy. Like, what's it like? I'm like, yes. Blah. And I'm like, how you doing? Oh, you know, same shit, different day. I'm like, exactly. Get out and do some.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure.
Rewind back again. Like, so say if I didn't come out here and I stayed in England.
Yeah.
And or I came here and it failed and I was homeless for however long or whatever. Yeah. I have those stories.
Yeah.
I have those stories to share with the world, and it's the character building. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
No, totally, totally.
So like, just welcome all the obstacles, welcome all the challenges in life.
There you are. So you heard it there from Gaz. So been a pleasure, my man. Thank you very much for taking the time.
I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. No problem at all.
Really do.
So guys, if you are interested in both conditioning your mindset, maybe you're feeling down or depressed, or you're feeling low and you think, do you know what? There's no one out there that can help me or guide me, or you don't know anyone to talk to, get in touch with Gaz. I'll put all his details in the description of the video down below. Likewise, if you're training and you're not getting the results that you want and you think, do you know what, and something's not clicking, something's not going right, again, for the physical aspect, get in touch with Gaz. And like I said earlier, check out his podcast, So I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down there. Check it out. He's got some good interviews on there. And I know he's got some good ones coming up. So have a look at that, guys, and give him a subscribe and put the old like and check box on there for him. Right, there we are. That's it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. As I say always, please remember, jump over to kick.com/buzzing potato. That's where we do all of our live streams now. We no longer continue to do live streaming on YouTube. That has now since stopped because YouTube have got parameters that Kick don't. And Kick is very uncensored, unfiltered, and it gives us a lot more freedom and accessibility to do stuff that we want to do. So jump over to Kick, guys. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button and also the follow button if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. Jump into Discord. Discord's over 23,000 members in there. I'll set Gaz up on there as well so you can connect with him on there. And basically, that's just a free platform where you can ask questions, get advice, get information, share your experiences as well. Likewise, TikTok. TikTok's all about daytime. Instagram's all about nighttime. And if you'd like to support the channel, please become a member here. If you do become a member, send me through a confirmation membership and I'll in turn send you access to our members only Discord group. All right, there we are. That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And please, as always, wherever in the world, stay safe.
Thank you.